I am in the building. I know you've missed me because I have definitely missed you. So come on in here and show me some love because we don't die, we multiply. Show me some love. Show me some love. Who in the house tonight? Today. Today, my hand is itching. That's a good sign. You know what they say in the Black community, when your hand is itching, that means some money coming. So I'm wishing that on everybody who's on this live with me today. So today is the first of the month. It is June 1st. It is also the day that we remember our ancestors who were massacred. Famous Black Wall Street, Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. Get that right. We remember them from the 2-day-long massacre where they were bombed down from the sky. They tried to kill us. They tried to take us out. But what they say, my enemy buried me, but he did not know that I was a seed. So come on in here. We got Odell Richards in the house. Hey, how you doing? Come on in here and drop your B1 because we're always Black first. We're Black first in all that we do. That's why I'm here. And so what we're going to talk about today, because I'm going to get into this so I don't waste your time. What we're going to talk about today is 3 tools and tips to help you turn pain into power. Now, this has been resonating with me lately, the past few days. I've been extremely emotional. I get really emotional this time of year because I am just reminded of how we are treated and what we endured and where we come from and who we are as a people and the strength of the people. And because I learned a long time ago how to turn my problems into opportunities, I am just, I think even Black Wall Street speaks to that. You talk about turning problems into opportunities, but this generation of Black people came right out of slavery. They came right out of slavery and were banded together. You know, some probably today would psychologically say trauma bonded. They were banded together by struggle and strife. In addition to, by blood, we are, I am my brother's keeper. And to see what they were able to create at that time with what, we consider now. We have, I have a client, shout out to Rick Mathis, who did the film Black Friday. We have $1.3 trillion spending power in the Black community. So our ancestors looking down on us like, what? They sure got it. They got it good. They don't know how good they got it. So, it's really interesting when you think about it from that perspective. But they definitely turned their pain into power and was able to build one of the wealthiest Black communities that we still will claim today. We will still say they go down as one of the wealthiest Black communities, Black Wall Street. Shout out to blackwallstreet.com. Yes, Black Wall Street. And so we honor them today. We honor our ancestors. We honor what they were able to build with what limited resources that they had. And I hope that you become inspired, because I am definitely inspired to do more and to be more and to own more and to assert my power more. Because if they could do it with the limited resources that they had, surely we can do it now. Surely we those of us, especially if don't be woke. Don't have your third eye bust wide open where you are awake and aware and understanding of what's going on in the world around you. Don't have an added intelligence intuitively about yourself. They don't know what they're missing, huh? They don't know what they're missing with. So yeah, turning pain into power. Turning pain into power. So yeah, leads right into my first law, which is the law of adversity, that in every problem is an opportunity of equal or greater measure. If you are just coming in here, you hit the B1, make sure you hit the share and subscribe button so that other people can get these tools, because I'm going to be coming in here again. I got the fire burning again to give you and bring to you whatever I can give, which is my knowledge. Knowledge is power. Shout out, knowledge is power. So the tools and how you turn your pain into power. I know you can see my little book in the corner, blackwallstreet.com. How to build a thriving Black business using the laws of the universe. Here it is. But I coined the law of adversity. And that's because, my life ain't been no crystal stair. So I coined the law of adversity, that in every problem, there's an opportunity of equal or greater measure guaranteed. And so I want to challenge you, as we honor and remember our ancestors, I want to challenge you to dig deep and make sure you always turn your pain into power, that you find the power in your pain, that you're able to use the extra muscle, to build more muscle, to get stronger, to get wiser, to get faster, to get better. And so that's what I am reminded of when I come into Black Wall Street. The law of adversity. So check this out. This is reading directly from my book. The shamans say that being a medicine man begins by falling into the power of the demons. The one who pulls out of that dark place becomes the medicine man. And the one who stays in is the sick person. You can take every psychological illness as an initiation. Even the worst things you fall into are an initiation, for you are in something that belongs to you. That's Joan Halifax. You are in something that belongs to you. And so, I'm an optimist. I'll start by that. I'm an optimist. I'm always believing in the betterment of my people, that things will always improve. I'm an optimist. And so if things are getting better, and if everything is working, my angels and my ancestors and God and all these beings and entities are working to make me a better person and to make sure I reach my goals and become the version of me that I am also wanting to become, then I have to, what follows from that premise is that everything that happens to me is actually happening for my good, for my benefit, to help propel me along, to help me grow, to help me learn something so that I can grow an extra wing or become better in a certain way that I was not inspired or motivated to do, or I would have had it. So and so with that, with every problem that comes my way, that I am always constantly asking myself, Lord, what is it that you are beckoning from me? What is it where you're trying to grow me in a certain way that I am not aware or hearing or woke to, so to speak? So that's how you work with the law of adversity. It is not this woe is me mentality. A lot of people do have that victim mentality. Everything is, somebody else's fault, and it's somebody's foot on my neck, and it's this, that, the third, and all men is this, and all women is this, and all men on the internet. Oh gosh, the podcast mics, burn all the podcast mics, except mine. Burn all the podcast mics. Oh goodness. But yeah, no. Back to what I was saying. Take a breath. I'm doing this because I want you guys to come to my first masterclass. I'm going to be teaching my first Black Wall Street masterclass, June 7th, 2023. Well, I'm going to be taking you, and also, you're going to get your trademark registered. So I'd sign up for that. You can see the link, the information is in the chat. The information is in the chat. So yes, that's how you work with the law of adversity. That's my challenge to you guys, is to work with the law of adversity, to turn that pain into power. Because, what else you going to do with it? What else you going to do with it? They did, my enemy buried me in the dirt. They did not know I was the seed. I would rather become the tree than stay in the ground and complain, than to stay in the ground and stay buried and to stay small. I would rather take the bricks that my enemy throw at me, and step on them to get higher and higher where I need to go. And that is how I became the wallstreetlawyer.com. And so as you get to see me, I guess I'll start telling you some more nuggets and really get into my story. I definitely get into my story a little bit more with the masterclass. But also the law, another way to 3 tools to turn your pain into power is, I start with your spiritual aspect. I start there because to me, that's the foundation. And so we got the law of adversity, that all your problems are opportunities. But I also want to touch on the law of giving and receiving, the law of polarity, the law of, because, as we are all trying to become more and grow our businesses and grow our bank accounts, I am in love with the term conscious capitalism. I'm in love with the term conscious capitalism. And I think that is where you want to go. You want to make sure that you're giving. And I like to actually give my clients what we call a wow experience. I want people to walk away from working with me and say, man, what was I doing without her? Where was my life without her? Thank God for bringing this beautiful soul into my world. That's how I want my clients to walk away from working with me. And that's how most of my clients walk away from working with me. So the law of adversity and the law of giving and receiving. And once you got that spiritual flow and you're in the flow and you vibing with the universe and life, you catch a wave, the wave come crashing at you, but instead of being drowned by the water, you hop up and you ride the wave, right? Once you become somebody that's riding the wave and you ebbing and flowing and you can see with your third eye, so you're able to navigate through this world, in your true power. It's the systems for me. I want y'all to say, can y'all say the power of the essence? It's the systems for me. How are you going to now tweak what's going on systematically in your business, in your life, with how you're looking at your bank account, for instance? How are you, if it's a financial problem, which for the 99%, 99% of the 99%'s problem is money problem. So how are you looking at your finances? What can you do better about your finances? And so it's the systems. It's the systems for me. You can hear sometimes people with a teacher's salary will save, well into the six figures of money in their savings, because it's not so much of, it's more about where your priorities lie, right? What is important to you. And so it's the systems for me. Are you looking at what numbers are you looking at on a monthly, on a weekly, on a quarterly, on an annual basis? And so I have this little diagram, how to track corporate numbers. And I'm going to give, because it is the first of the month, because everybody is concerned about their money the first of the month, I'm going to tell you what numbers you should be looking at the first of the month. And so what you want, and I have this resource and plenty other resources in my do-it-yourself resources at blackwallstreet.com. DIY resources. But the article, the resource breaks down how to track your corporate numbers, what you should be looking at on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a quarterly basis. And you're going to hear me go over this on and on and on. But right now, because it's the first of the month, we're just going to look at what you should be looking at on a monthly basis. And so on a monthly basis, you want to look at, number one, you want to examine your profit and loss statement, your P&L, also known as your P&L. You want to review your profit and loss statement from the previous year and your balance sheet. And you should be reviewing this every single month to determine, did you hit your goals for the month last month, right? And evaluate what you need to do in order to make sure you hit your goals for the next month. What can you do different? Do you need to spend more on marketing? Do you need to go live on the internet more on marketing? What can you do to help bring in more money? So you're examining your profit and loss statements every single month. All right. Then you want to make sure you are comparing those profit and loss statements to your present goals, your goals for the 3 months, and then your long-term goals, so that you can course correct if you need to course correct for the next month. Now, why are you looking at your numbers like this? You're not just looking at them just to say, oh, what they are, but it should help you be more inspired. Oh, somebody, I'm a curvy girl. Curvy girl. And so curvy girl's in the house. All right, girl. And so I'm obsessed with looking at the scale. I almost have to weigh myself every month, every week, every other day. I'm on the scale, monitoring. Do I need to starve myself today, or do I need to eat today? What the day gonna look like? And so I'm always monitoring, but that, because of that, is allowing me to also monitor my food intake and my level of exercise to make sure I'm keeping it right and keeping it tight. And so that's what you want to make sure that you're doing with your numbers every single month in your business. That's how you're going to make sure you grow. Instead of, what a lot of my entrepreneurs do, my entrepreneur ninjas out there, a lot of you all are guilty of it. I was guilty of it too. I'm just making, I'm just hustling, not really looking at my numbers the way that you should be, according to, how you should be tracking your corporate numbers. And I'm going to tell you, when I was going to be broke, it just would hit me by surprise. And I'm going to tell you what else. But when I was really started making some real money, I almost didn't know it And if it wasn't for me being forced to start looking at my numbers I was like, girl, you doing these kind of numbers? I knew I was eating well, but I didn't know. And so once I became conscious of the flow of my money, I could say, you know what, I'm making more than I thought. Let me get these front row tickets for my sister to go see this play. Let me get this, because this is where if I knew I was making that much money, this is where I would have been allocating that money. So being more conscious of your corporate money, your balance sheet and your profit and loss statement every single month will make sure you're on track, off track, and help you get better to be on track. All right? Because why? Because we don't die, we multiply. That's what I'm talking about. What else do you want to be looking at on a monthly basis statement? Your credit card and your bank statements. Credit card and bank statements. Now that should be self-explanatory, right? Credit card and bank statements. That's pretty self-explanatory to you. But just because it is doesn't mean that we're doing these things. We know we're supposed to eat right. We know we're supposed to exercise, but to do it every single day is a whole nother animal. And so that's why, having a coach, working with the coach, which is what I hire coaches. I work with coaches because iron sharpens iron. And I'm always trying to put myself around people who are better than me in certain ways so that I can get whatever information they have for me. I'm going to the seminars. I'm going to the courses. I'm buying the books. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work to make sure my business and I can show up in the world in a way that is really going to yield the returns that I deserve to experience. And I want that for you. I want that for you. So that's right. It's the systems for me. Recap. It's the systems for me. Make sure you start to put systems in your business, systems of reviewing your money, systems of how you do things, systems of how you even just answer the phone. This is what you call having a strong brand identity. So here, Mary Dean Esquire here at the WallStreetLawyer.com, coming to you live from BlackWallStreet.com, because we don't die, we multiply, because Black wealth is critical to Black power, because I want you to be more than entrepreneur ninjas. I want you to be the thriving Black businesses that I know you all truly are. And until we meet again, ta-da!